Hey guys, how's it going? Right now I'm in Kampala. I've been here for almost 5 months. In this video I'm just going to take a walk around some of the neighborhoods I've stayed in, and maybe at the end I'll give you a little tour of my apartment. So join me. Right now I'm in an area called Jiwatule, just a few blocks from University. This neighborhood is very close to Ntinda, kind of in the northeast part of Kampala. I think I'm about 7 or 8 kilometers from central Kampala right now. I'm staying in a little one-bedroom apartment just a couple blocks from here. I would say this neighborhood is fairly high-end, probably upper middle class, maybe upper class. This street I'm walking on in particular is one of the nicer streets in the neighborhood. It's just lined with these huge complexes with massive homes inside. Most of them are hidden by these walls and trees. I don't really want to point my camera at someone's property, but yeah, these houses are beautiful. I don't know what these kind of properties could cost here. Maybe $500,000? Maybe I'm way low, I have no idea. There are some apartments and smaller homes mixed in as well. The place I'm staying is just a basic one-bedroom apartment. I'm paying about $400 a month for it, or 1.5 million shillings. And that includes all utilities, electric, water, gas, trash, and unlimited Wi-Fi. So I think it's a decent deal. I could probably get something cheaper if I were to furnish my own apartment, but this place came fully furnished as well. I didn't really want to deal with the hassle of buying furniture and putting utilities in my name. It's pretty comfortable. I'm happy with it, especially for the price. I'll show you a little later on what it looks like. I rented it on Airbnb for a couple weeks, then I made a deal with the owner to extend my stay.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
I've been there for about 2 months, 2.5 months. It's a pretty good spot. I like this neighborhood a lot. I do wish it was a little closer to downtown. It takes about 20 minutes by boda to get there, which is a little bit of a hassle, but I don't have to go to town very often, so it's not so bad. It's a pretty convenient area as well. Just across the street there's a little shop with essentials. Down the street there are a couple produce stands where I can buy fruits and veggies. Then about 2-3 blocks away there's a bigger supermarket where I can get everything else. There's also a little stand down the street that sells some really great barbecue pork and chicken, and there's a Rolex stand as well. There are also a couple decent bars at the end of the street where I can grab a drink. That highway over there is the northern bypass, I believe, and beyond that is the neighborhood of Nalia, which is another place I stayed. We'll take a walk around there later on in this video. That down there is the Naalya roundabout. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave Uganda pretty soon because my visa is about to expire. I got a 90-day tourist visa, and then I renewed that for an additional 60 days, and I don't think I can renew it again, so I'm going to have to leave here in the next couple weeks. I've been working online while I've been here, and it's gone pretty well. The only real issue I've faced is that power outages are pretty frequent, so that's a pretty major annoyance when the power goes out for a few hours when I'm trying to work. Other than that, I would say Kampala is a really great spot for remote workers and digital nomads. I would highly recommend it, but I would advise you to look for a place with a backup generator so you don't have to deal with the power outages quite as much. The Wi-Fi is another issue I've faced. The place I'm staying has an unlimited connection, but it goes out kind of frequently. I have a MiFi with 4G data that I use when the Wi-Fi goes out. There are cafes and co-working spaces that I can go to as well if I need to be online. So it's a little bit of a hassle, but it's been okay. I think this is Kiwatule Road here. In that building over there is the supermarket where I shop. It's actually kind of a mall. There's some clothing stores, a produce stand, cell phone stores, pharmacy, bunch of stuff, bakery. It's a nice little shopping center. One thing I really dislike about Uganda is the transportation system. Getting around is a hassle, it's dangerous, and it's just incredibly uncomfortable. The main modes of transport in the city are bodabodas, which are motorcycle taxis, and taxis, which are shared minibuses. The shared minibuses are slow. They don't leave until they're completely full. If you're one passenger short, they might wait for 20 minutes until they find one more person. They're also crowded, they're hot, they're uncomfortable. They are cheap. You can get around really cheaply by taxi. You can get across town for like 80 cents to $1.50. I get overcharged sometimes because I'm a foreigner. The bodabodas are also pretty bad. They're dangerous. These guys drive on their shoulder on the unpaved sections. They'll weave and filter through traffic. They seem to have a death wish half the time. I was actually involved in a minor accident on a boda just a couple days ago. I was actually riding down this street in the opposite direction, turning on Kaduyu Road, which is the road to the left right in front of us, and my driver made a right in front of an oncoming car. Luckily, the driver was able to slow down fast enough. We were hit, but we didn't come off the bike, and nobody was injured. This is actually where the accident took place, right here where I'm standing. The bodas are efficient though. You can travel all the way across town in like 20 minutes. They're also pretty affordable. A ride from here in Jiwatule to central Kampala, which is, like I said, 7 or 8 kilometers, will cost around $2 on a boda, maybe a little more. I usually pay around 8,000 shillings to get from here downtown. I think locals would pay around 6,000. Anyway, the traffic and the transportation system is really the only negative thing I can say about Uganda. Other than that, I really love this country. I'm still here in Jiwatule, just a couple blocks from my apartment, taking a little evening walk in the opposite direction. Just gonna see what's going on down this street. I saw some shops and maybe a market down this way while I was riding by on a boda the other day, so I wanted to come check it out and see what's down here. Doesn't look like anything too exciting. Just a few shops along here. Maybe a Rolex stand. Looks like a grilled chicken restaurant too. There's a taxi and a boda. There's a fruit stand up there. Uganda has some of the best produce I've ever tasted. It's just really high quality. Everything grows really well here. It's an incredibly fertile country. They've got great mangoes, papaya, pineapple, avocados. Really phenomenal. If I were to take a right here and follow that street for a couple blocks, I would end up at Chambogo University, which is one of Kampala's main universities. Now I'm getting back into my neighborhood. There are some nice family homes around here. Surprising that one doesn't have any kind of a security fence or anything. There's quite a bit of undeveloped land here. It's kind of surprising. I'm sure this will be built up soon. This is a pretty desirable location. This is a nice peaceful street. I like it around here. It's not too crowded, very green, beautiful. It's a nice place to go for an evening walk. One thing I appreciate about this neighborhood is that it's very safe. I've walked around here at all hours of the day and night, never had any issues. The place I'm staying does have a security gate that they close late at night. There's a 24-hour security guard. I've never felt in any danger while staying here. Everyone I've met in the neighborhood has been pretty friendly as well. Neighbors, shopkeepers, everyone's pretty welcoming. It's also pretty quiet. Never had any issues with noise while I've been here. Alright, here I am back on my street. Staying in an apartment down at the end here. Not in that big building. I'm in one of the ground level units off to the side. Here I am in the neighborhood of Naalya. I'm about 2 kilometers northeast of Jiwatule and probably around 10 kilometers northeast of central Kampala. This is Naalya Road I'm walking on right now. This is the neighborhood I stayed in when I first arrived in Uganda about 4.5 months ago. Naalya is also considered to be an upper middle class or upper class neighborhood. Right now I'm walking toward Metroplex, which is a big shopping mall with a supermarket, movie theater, restaurants, pharmacies, cell phone stores, all kinds of stuff. There's the apartment complex I was staying in. I stayed in a 1-bedroom apartment on the ground floor that I rented from Airbnb. I think it cost around 1.9 million or 2 million shillings per month, which is around $500. That also included all utilities in a fully furnished apartment. I think I liked the location of that apartment a little more than the place I'm currently staying, just because it was so convenient to walk to the mall here. There's a big church up here on the right. Uganda is a very religious country. Most people are some type of Christian, and there's also a pretty big Muslim population. Unfortunately, there aren't many sidewalks in Kampala. It makes going for walks a little less comfortable. Alright, I'm just arriving here at Metroplex. I'm gonna go do a little grocery shopping. There's a Carrefour in the mall here. It's one of the most modern supermarkets I've found in Uganda. It's just looks like an average American supermarket. Maybe a little smaller selection. They've got a great bakery. They also sell beer and liquor. They've got a butcher. Pretty much everything. That is Mbogo Road. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Now I'm walking up Jiwatule Road. Another busy road here without really a sidewalk. More bodas. There are so many bodas in Kampala. It's kind of ridiculous. Sometimes you'll see like 20 of them lined up waiting for passengers. I was reading that there are over 400,000 of them in Kampala. So if you ever need a ride, you never have to wait more than like 10 seconds and one will pull up. There's also a service called Safe Boda, which is basically Uber for motorcycle taxis. It's a little cheaper than taking a regular boda that you just find on the street, especially for foreigners like me, because they can't overcharge. The app tells you the price. There's a little shopping center to the right with a bar and a car wash and a barber shop. There's a Shell gas station on the left. I buy most of my fruits and veggies at this little shop on the right. The guy never overcharges me, so I pretty much always go there. There's another little shopping center coming up on the right. They've got a pretty decent pizza place in there. They do a nice brick oven pizza. Hopefully you found this little walk interesting. Again, these are higher end neighborhoods I've been walking around. There are also more local areas. Maybe I'll show those in another video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Here's the kitchen. There's the gas. Small fridge and an oven. Got a couch and my workspace there. There's a fan and iron. A little lounge area there. This way you've got the bathroom. with hot water. Here's the bedroom. Queen size bed. Here's a mosquito net. TV with cable and Netflix and all that. Not much of a view out here, but there's a window to let some light in.